Okay, let's unpack this. This week, we're diving into something truly dynamic. The latest BongoHive newsletter.
Hmm.
This isn't just, a quick update. It's really comprehensive. It gives you a feel for the pulse of innovation, entrepreneurship.
Right, and community building too, mostly from Zambia, but you definitely see the Pan-African, even global connections.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So our goal today is to kind of cut through, pull out the key insights, the surprising bits, just so you get a quick handle on Africa's tech scene.
Yeah, and what's fascinating, I think, is how this newsletter, it's not that long, but it paints such a vivid picture of this evolving landscape.
It really does.
It's compiled by Tilinji Mwanza Mndongani, the editor. This is issue 557. So that tells you something about their consistency, their ongoing work.
Wow, 557.
Yeah. And you see these themes just popping out, empowerment, tech, partnerships.
Great.
And it really shows how these local initiatives, they're making waves far beyond Zambia. They're genuinely shaping the future, you could say.
Absolutely. And, well, speaking of impact, let's kick off with the Women in Tech Zambia 2025 Boot Camp.
Okay.
This just launched June 23rd. It's an intensive 3 months training, mentorship, growth, specifically for women-led startups. Imagine the energy there.
Definitely. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, I mean, focusing on women-led startups, it's not just about equity, though that's crucial.
Sure.
It's also about unlocking this huge pool of untapped innovation.
Mm.
BongoHive's 2024 Impact Report really hits this home.
Ah, the impact report, what did that show?
We'll get this. Over 1,500 innovators supported, and the startups they worked with collectively raised $1.5 million in capital.
Wow, $1.5 million. That's significant.
It really is. And here's maybe the most striking part. 300-plus new startups launched,
Okay.
and an amazing 70% of those were led by women, plus 65% female participation across all their programs.
70%. That's incredible. And it clearly shows why partners like Standard Chartered Foundation and Village Capital are getting involved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That level of impact attracts serious support. And you have to ask, what's behind that success? It's not just luck.
Right.
The report points to things like digital transformation, really strategic mentorship, and these bold partnerships.
So for the Women in Tech program, it's more than just money.
Oh, definitely. It's structured support.
Yeah.
You have experienced entrepreneurs giving direct, actionable advice. Mentorship is key.
Mm.
That plus the partnerships that open doors,
Mm-hmm.
doors to capital, to markets.
Mm-hmm.
It creates this whole ecosystem, right? It accelerates growth way beyond just handing over a check.
Makes sense. And I saw there's a pitch event coming up.
Yes. Top 10 startups present, and 5 of them get $10,000 each. Equity-free funding.
Equity free. That's huge. Means they keep ownership.
Exactly. Plus 6 months of market expansion support. It's a fantastic package.
And if you're listening and you have expertise, they're actually looking for mentors right now.
Oh, really? What areas?
Health tech, ed tech, fintech, AI, and emerging tech, and access tech. So a pretty wide range. Deadline's July 4th, 2025. So if you're a tech expert, an entrepreneur, it's a chance to contribute directly.
That really underlines the whole ecosystem idea, doesn't it? It needs mentors, investment, the startups themselves.
Right.
Okay, moving to another sector where African innovation is really making strides. Mining tech.
Ah, yes, the UNDP's Timbuktu Mine Tech Hub Demo Day. That was in Lusaka.
Yeah, 10 mining tech startups from all over Africa showcasing solutions after a 10-day boot camp run by BongoHive.
And Minister Felix Mutati officiated, right? Which shows the government backing.
Precisely. High-level support. It really underscores the importance placed on homegrown innovation for these critical industries.
So the Timbuktu initiative, is it just this one event?
No, that's the fascinating part. It's part of a much broader Pan-African initiative by the UNDP, the UN Development Program.
Okay.
The whole Timbuktu initiative aims to build a sustainable, tech-driven mining sector, crucially led by African innovators.
So a real shift towards African solutions for African challenges.
Exactly that. Moving away from relying purely on external expertise, empowering local talent to solve local and, frankly, global problems in that sector.
That's a powerful transition. And speaking of technology's role, well, AI is everywhere in this newsletter.
It really is. They featured an AI Literacy Week, a joint effort between BongoHive and Kala.
Right, to make AI knowledge accessible, not just for techies.
Exactly. They're very thoughtful about it. 2 masterclasses, one for, let's say, non-tech audiences.
What did that cover?
It was called Unlocking AI Potential, Overcoming Industry Hurdles, led by Muyanje Lukumba. Covered the basics, tools like ChatGPT, Bard, but crucially, included African case studies.
Ah, making it relevant.
Yes, grounding it in relatable context. That's so important.
And the second one, more technical.
Yeah, that one was unpacking vibe coding for local developers with Mapalu Lukashi.
Vibe coding. What's that?
Sounds like a more intuitive, rapid way to build AI tools. Focus on prototyping real-world use cases for local developers.
Interesting. Both were free, I see, but limited slots. Suggests high demand.
Absolutely. Which brings up that key question.
Yeah.
How do we make sure technology actually serves human needs?
Right. It's not tech for tech's sake.
No. And BongoHive's executive director, Lukanga Lindunda, had some really insightful comments on this at a contact center symposium.
Oh, yeah. What does he say?
He argued that great customer service, it isn't humans or technology, it's, quote, the perfect blend of both.
The perfect blend. I like that.
Yeah. Combining AI efficiency, for speed, with emotionally intelligent human support for, as he put it, fast and meaningful customer experiences.
Fast and meaningful, that's the goal. It's not about replacing people, but enhancing what they do.
Precisely. And what's cool is BongoHive is doing this themselves.
How so?
Well, the newsletter itself, they mentioned their AI-generated audio. They're using Google's AI voice tech to turn the text newsletter into an audio experience.
Huh. So you can actually listen to this newsletter update.
Apparently so. Practicing what they preach about blending tech and accessibility.
That's
And if you want to go even deeper on AI, there's an employee insights piece
Oh, yeah.
by Malubwa Chungu. He's a technical lead at BongoHive Consult. The article is called Explosive Breakthroughs in AI, Video Agents and Search Redefined.
Sounds intense. What breakthroughs does he cover?
Well, things like Midjourney's cinematic video debut making high-quality video creation more accessible.
Okay.
Claude's rise as an autonomous coder, AI basically writing and debugging code itself.
Wow.
And Google's big search redesign, how AI is changing how we find information.
So really cutting-edge stuff impacting our daily lives, potentially.
Absolutely. He makes the case that these aren't just abstract developments. They're actively reshaping how we work, create, interact. It underlines why that AI Literacy Week is so timely.
Definitely need to stay updated. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's look broader global opportunities.
Yes, the newsletter flags the Entrepreneurship World Cup, calls it a potential big break.
A big break how? What's on offer?
Well, a share of $1.5 million in prize money, for starters.
Okay, that's serious money.
Plus, pitching live in Saudi Arabia, showcasing at Biban 2025, which is a huge global entrepreneurship event.
Wow, the exposure alone.
Exactly. Access to boot camps, mentorship, global networks like GEN. It's a massive opportunity, and applications are open now.
So a real pathway to the global stage for African entrepreneurs.
Definitely. And that kind of global spotlight is vital for scaling, for attracting investment. And we're seeing big global players noticing Africa's potential more and more.
Like the Tesla news.
Exactly like the Tesla news mentioned in the Buzzing Insights section. Tesla opening its first African office.
In Casablanca, Morocco.
Yes. It really cements Morocco's position as kind of a beachhead for companies like Tesla looking at the African market.
They legally incorporated Tesla Morocco on May 27th, 2025. It's happening.
It really signals that growing confidence in the continent's markets. Its infrastructure, it's a major nod.
Absolutely. But, it's not just about these huge global players or massive competitions. The newsletter also highlights the local stuff, the community building.
Which is so fundamental. That's the bedrock, isn't it?
Totally. Like the Human-Centered Design course by BongoHive and Unai Lewis.
Human-centered design. Crucial skill.
Crucial, because it teaches innovators how to really understand the people they're designing for. So solutions aren't just clever tech, they actually solve real problems, fit the community.
Sounds perfect for entrepreneurs, NGOs, even public sector folks.
Yeah.
Anyone trying to make a difference.
Exactly.
Which, brings up the question. With all this going on, AI shifts, global opportunities, design thinking, how do entrepreneurs keep track? How do they manage it all?
Good question. And BongoHive seems to have an answer, or at least a resource.
Yeah.
Their entrepreneur resource portal, it sounds like a central hub for Zambian entrepreneurs. Funding info, budgeting tools, networking.
Ah, okay. A practical support system. That's vital.
Definitely. And for more immediate hands-on stuff, there's Do It Experience too.
Do It Experience. What's that about?
It's a session on personal branding, content creation, monetization. Very practical skills for today's world.
Right, the creator economy aspect.
Exactly. It's happening July 5th at the Hive co-working space. Speakers include Mwaka Souza, Florence Jedediah Malenga, and Chipepo Fury. You might know her as Finances with Chipepo.
Ah, Finances with Chipepo. Yeah, she's great. Sounds like a really valuable session for turning passion into, well, into a business.
For sure. And beyond workshops, there's inspiration too. The newsletter mentions the A Seat at the Table podcast.
Yes, the episode with Anne Mwale Kaluba.
She's the country president of Ipsos in Zambia, global market research firm.
Right, and her message was about leading through uncertainty.
Yeah, combining data, strategy, but also heart, empathy.
That blend again.
Exactly. And she had this powerful quote: "We're still setting and meeting goals, but with more empathy. When women see what's possible, they start to believe they can become."
Hmm. That really captures that blend of like aspiration and practical empowerment that seems to run through everything BongoHive is doing here.
It really does. So, I mean, as we pull all these threads together, what really stands out from this BongoHive update for me is just the sheer momentum.
Yeah, momentum is the right word.
Empowering women, innovating in mining, grappling with AI, connecting globally. It's this powerful story of growth,
A
collaboration,
blend of local impact, global ambition.
and this strong focus on practical skills, community. It's not just about launching flashy startups. It feels like they're nurturing a whole vibrant ecosystem.
An ecosystem that's definitely challenging the traditional tech hubs,
Yeah,
showing innovation springs up everywhere,
absolutely.
which perhaps raises a question for you listening. As we all navigate this tech-driven world, how might that blend the human ingenuity plus AI efficiency that we see in this newsletter? How might that reshape your own approach to your work, to innovation? Maybe consider how these efforts in Zambia aren't just isolated stories. They're reflections of a bigger global shift, right? Innovation popping up in diverse, maybe unexpected places.
Showing the world what's possible. That's a fantastic thought to end on. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the BongoHive newsletter. Really fascinating stuff.
Always a pleasure.
We definitely encourage you to explore further, see how these dynamics connect to your world. Until next time.